Yeah, I'm Piet Venter. We've exchanged emails a lot last year, earlier this year, and I'm glad to meet you in virtual reality now.
It's very strange. I feel like I know you now. I put a face with it.
Yeah, yeah. We just while away some time so that they can get the settings and everything correct here in order. And we are all here. Maybe I can start introducing some of the people here. On the opposite side of the table, I think if I can just change the view. I think now you can see the four people on the other side of the table. The first one is, what is your name again? Okay. Jean. It is Jean. She is the grandmother of Kiabetswe. And then...
Hello, Jean. Nice to meet you.
Selina Malebu, the sister.
Selina Malebu, the sister of Kiabetswe.
Nice to meet you too.
Peter Malebu, he's the uncle of Kiabetswe. And yeah, you are aunt. And Ruth Malebu, the aunt of Kiabetswe.
We're having a whole family reunion.
Yeah. And then here on my right-hand side, we have the main guest of the afternoon, Kiabetswe Malebu.
Is this the woman of the hour?
Yes, yes. I think she really wants to send you a virtual kiss.
I send them back, and I've been trying. I learned the wrong words, the wrong language. I thought I needed to learn Sotho, and now I know it's Setswana.
Right.
So if I mangle it, you'll just excuse me. My education is lacking, but yours will be there.
And then just next to her and me is Moses Kaba. He's the transplanter from Kulamba. He's the representative of Kulamba. Yes. And then on my left-hand side is another lady you've had a lot of correspondence with. It is Pat Lamoose. You remember Pat? I think you had a few emails with her also when we tried to transfer the money. Okay.
Yes.
And then at the back there is the principal of the South Campus of the University of the State. She's Professor Danila Utsia. She will start the proceedings now, and I hope we are now ready. I think so. And we thank, Elrika van Dalen. She and the other technical people here, also here from the South Campus, they are with the section we call the Ideas Lab, and they handle all our online and studies, and we have a huge internet broadcast project, broadcasting to schools and so on. And Ulrika and Prof. Danila all are organizing and doing a great job in that regard.
Okay, colleagues, good afternoon and welcome. First of all, I'd like to welcome our guest of honor, Kiabetswe Malebu. Welcome. Without you, this would not have happened. And then our second row of guests of honor, the Malebu family. Wonderful to have the grandmother here, the sister, the uncle, and the aunt. Thank you for coming all this way to support your very special family member. I would also like to welcome Abby Levine, that's with us from the US. Wonderful that we could transgress all the distance to be able to have you with us. Also Moses, and I'm going to try and say your name, Kaba, who is going to inform us a little bit more. Pat, thank you for coming all the way, and all our people that are going to do the press. Eugene, I don't know his name, but Nelia will also keep close watch on what is going on here. First of all, I'm going to keep it very short. I just want to tell you a little bit about our school partnerships project, where this all started. And to us, this is a historic moment to have you all in this. The project started as part of an initiative from our former Vice Chancellor, Prof. Jonathan Jansen. You might have heard of him. He's quite a well-known person. And with the assistance of Dr. Venter, who is here, Hercules Dreyer, and then for the last few months, H.S. van der Walt. Where is he now? Is he? Oh, there he is. Sorry. It all started with the crisis in education, seeing that there are so many poverty-stricken schools in the deep rural areas. And as a result of this initiative, it was decided to launch a project to assist these schools. Students were failing because they didn't have the background, teaching was poor, management was poor. So what happened is the project launched with the following goals. It was to improve learner performance, which we can talk for a whole afternoon about how this project has really improved the performance of the learners. To support the teachers in scarce subjects such as maths, physical science, accounting, and English. In the further education and training phase, that's the higher grades in the school. And then lately, it has also been extended for maths and science in grades 8 and 9 in 9 of our feeder schools. Part of the initiative was also to support SMT, school management committees, to lead and manage the school, and to assist well-performing students to access tertiary education. And this is where we are now. This is a goal that only developed later when teams under the leadership of Dr. Piet and Hercules and HS saw HS sounds so funny, realized that there were students at these schools who were more than qualified to enter into tertiary education. They started informally helping these students to complete their forms, helping them to get finances and to enter into tertiary education. I think it started with a small number of students, and eventually by 2016, about 205 students were helped to access tertiary education. 308. Wow, that is incredible. Those are students who would not have had the opportunity to enter into tertiary education. So we are very proud of this initiative that started off as something else, and then it branched out to also offer this wonderful service. And I can just say thank you to the people who are standing around here, because if you had not seen that, we would not have had this spin-off of the Schools Partnership Project. Okay, the sponsors, I'd like to name the sponsors as well, because without them, it would not have been possible. We've got a lot of sponsors: Old Mutual, Sasol, FNB, De Beers, the Rupert Foundation, Anglo-American, Nedbank, and APSA. Other partners are also New Leaders Foundation, supported by Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, who run the Data-Driven Districts, the DDD project. What happened in this project is that from the South Campus, mentors were trained and sent out to the schools to assist the teachers, to assist the learners, and of course to assist the school management team. Currently there are, and I don't know if this data is also outdated, there are 93 schools, and a total of approximately 15 million has been spent on the project. Now you can see the diagram there. If you see number 1, this is where it starts, the project, where we look at the poverty-ridden communities, and then the learners who attend underperforming schools. The UFS South Campus Schools Partnership Project Intervention, number 2. This is where the mentors are sent to the schools, and a lot of wonderful things are addressed. Changing the non-performing school into a performing school. And number 3, relevant to our situation here today, is that outstanding students are assisted to get access to university. We try to increase the bachelor passes amongst these schools. And you see the university there, number 4, and this is the cycle that we want to emphasize. Those students go to the universities, and then when they graduate, they go back into the job market and they plow back. So this is very important for you to remember in terms of your LLB that you are going to do. So we try to improve the entire society and not only just the schools through this project. Apart from identifying the students, we also support the students once they go to university, because you can understand a lot of students come from rural schools, and it's quite a shock to come to Bloemfontein and to enter into tertiary education. So continuous support is given to the students during their tertiary studies. Okay, I'm going to ask Moses to give us a background on Columba. Moses, and how the selection process was followed, and how our student was chosen to get this wonderful prize. And then after that, we are going to ask Abby to also give us the background on the particular Ida Manana scholarship. The mic. Okay, let me present it to you.
Thank you so much, Prof.
It's not a scholarship, but at least.
Oh, I wish it was a scholarship. All right. Thank you so much. So I would like to take this time to thank the lady of the moment. It's because of you we are here. So I'm very proud of you. I would also like to thank your family for really finding time to come and enjoy and celebrate with you. SPP guys, thank you so much for always making every journey that we are part of easy and great in the process. And the IT crew, it's also good to have you here. So this makes it, just completes the picture. This is the real handover of the scholarship to the deserving leader over there. I'm not going to be long. I am just going to share a bit about Columba and then link into the scholarship that got us here today with Kiabetsu receiving this officially. Columba Leadership, we are a leadership organization based, or we're looking into empowering schools through values. In return, the schools that we work with support the young ones in obtaining the leadership skills. In turn, these very same young people that we work with, they go and run the projects at schools to try and change the situation, and also in their communities. So of all these engagements, young people end up with 21st century skills. Hence we are sitting here with one of our products, and I'm proud to say that. So Columba Leadership, we operate nationally, but nationally we are based in 8 provinces. But I want to bring it home. So in the Free State, Columba Leadership was introduced in 2013. And of that, I would like to link Kiabetsu, because when Columba was introduced in the schools in Free State in 2013, we were only working with 5 schools. So of these 5 schools, Artimo Khupa was one of the programs and schools that the programs was introduced to, and Kiabetsu had a first chance to actually hear about Columba Leadership. And she was not directly part of it because she didn't go to the academy as we do our processes. But when she moved to CDT in 2014, that's where Kiabetsu was part of our program since day one till today. So Columba Leadership now, as we speak, we are operating in 2 districts. That's Fezile District and Motewa District. So all in all, in Fezile, we are working in 5 schools, and in Motewa, we are working in 16 schools, 7 being in Botshabelo, 8 in Tabanchu, and 1 in Mangawu. So all in all, I must say Columba Leadership, from where we started, we have been improving and developing, and we are growing as well as an organization. I remember when I joined Columba Leadership in 2014, I was introduced to SPP. Till today, if I have to speak about our best partners within Columba Leadership in Free State, SPP always take the crown, because I was introduced to the SPP guys, and ever since, I know that SPP has always been our collab organization that we have been working with. So coming down to the scholarship, when this was shared to me, I was excited to the point where I knew, because we start with young people and we say at the end, when they transition, we want them to be the best decision makers, and there must be support in how they further their education and change their environment at home or in their communities. When this was introduced, I remember I was like, there we go, this is exactly what we're talking about. And our task was to gather and to find female leaders that have been actively involved within the Columba Leadership. It was extremely challenging. We found a number of young leaders that were extremely active and have shown some positivity through engaging within the program. So what we had to do now, we had to bring down the number to 5. And these 5 ladies, they made our job really difficult. And I will share with you what we were looking at, or what elements we were looking at to decide to say this would be the lady who would actually deserve the scholarship. So over the 5 schools over 5 learners that we chose, 5 schools were represented, because we had to look at all the schools to see which learners are coming from which schools will come in and benefit from the scholarship. So we minimized the number to 5. Kiabet was one of the learners. And our selection criteria was also based on the scholarship application, which was clearly mentioned that these learners must meet these criteria. So the 5 learners that we chose were all outstanding. They were all meeting these criteria, including Kiabet. And when we had to then start with the selection process, we were looking at 3 elements. One of them was we had to look at the character and personality of the lady in question. One of the elements, again, in addition, was academic performance. We looked at the academic performance from high school through to university, because one of the requirements was they must already be registered with the University of the Free State. So all the ladies who were part of this scholarship, they were all registered at the university. So we're looking at the background of the academic performance as well, which was one of the key deciding factors. And also we're looking at leadership and service. So as much as they were involved in the program, how much of their time they've spent in community project or service delivery at school and in their communities, and currently where they are and how far are they also being part of this leadership service at the university. So those were the key elements that we were looking at. And in this, we were partnered with SPP. The SPP guys, Hendrik was there, and Danny, Tracy, myself, and the other facilitator from Columba Leadership. So we had the process done, we looked at it, and it came down to the 2 ladies that were outstanding. But for me, Kiabetwi and the rest of the people that were involved, Kiabetwi was just the number 1 person that we could not even look over. So we are sitting here today to say that was the process. We looked at their history, we looked at the journey, how actively they were involved at school, in the communities, and at the university, their academic results and performance, and also their character, their personality. Who are they? What are they looking for? What do they aspire to be when they eventually finish all the activities they're involved with? So that's how we got about to select Ukiabeti Malebu, who is sitting here today. And I'm very happy that I was part of the process. Thank you so much.
Where did you put that food? Hello, Abby. I'm HS. We've been speaking by email also the last few days. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Yeah, I'm going to ask Kia Betswe. Oh no. First, we want to hear from you. The background of this scholarship that you awarded to Kia Betswe. Sorry. The background of the scholarship. Why did you decide to actually give this scholarship to a student of the University of the Free State?
I haven't actually prepared anything, but Ida Manana Sayila was from Bloemfontein. I knew her in the United States as an older woman already. When she came here, she had a very rudimentary education. And yet she taught herself how to read. She found people who would help teach her math. And whenever I saw her, she'd be sitting at the table studying and reading and trying to better herself because education was so important to her. She became an American citizen, but she never stopped being a South African. She was still very involved with her family in South Africa, but she became very involved in the world of the United States. She read the paper every morning. She discussed American elections. She was very disappointed when John Kerry did not become president because that was her president. I'd hate to think what she would think of our politics today, but I know she would be sitting at the table and talking with me very loudly and very angrily about them. But the idea that even at her age, she never stopped trying to improve herself, she never stopped trying to learn, was an inspiration. Kia Betswe, you have a lot to live up to. Ida was from your area, and you already have more of an education than she was ever able to accomplish in South Africa. But she never stopped trying, and she never stopped giving back to people. And I think in the world today, that's what we all have to remember. Because if we stop trying to help each other, there is no hope for us. It took a lot of people helping me to make this scholarship become a reality. I have been trying now for 8 years to make this a reality. And finding the right people who knew the right people in South Africa, because I knew where I wanted it to happen, was not easy. So not only the University of Free State, but a young man named Lola who works with Columba. Tracy, I finally got hooked up with her. A man named Lars, who was a friend of my cousin in the United States. It was all different people helping people to make this a reality. So my hope is that not only will you get a great education, but that you will continue to help people in your community and help others, because now you are the first of Ida's women. So you will always be special. And I hope you will set an amazing example for all the young women who are going to follow you, because you're the one that we are all going to look up to. So I've got my eye on you. So I hope I'm not mangling this. I'm going to try my best. First, I want to say, Machegole Matel Hagonolo Keoa. I'm trying to say congratulations. I'm trying. They didn't teach me this in Hebrew school, I'm sorry. Dira katata ofeta heo. Work hard. Hula nala. Congratulations. Do well. Study hard. I expect to hear good things about you.
Thank you, Abby. We appreciate your inputs. I'm going to ask Prof. Danila and Moses to hand over the scholarship certificate to Kia Betswe, and then we are going to ask Kia Betswe to accept the scholarship. Say a few words. Thank you.
Moses, I think it's only fitting that you actually give her the certificate. But I just want to say once again, congratulations. I'm really emotional if I hear exactly why the scholarship was given, as well as how it happened. And I can just imagine how really pleased Ida would have been, because this is symbolic as well. Go well, and I know you will do your best. Good luck.
I present to you Kia Betswe Malebo, officially your scholarship for your education. Please come and accept the congratulations.
Yeah.
I just want to take one. I'll take another one just from this angle as well. Both of you. And then just one with you. No, I don't want the fruit.
Let's just say study.
I promise.
I promise I'm going to study.
Could we ask the family also for a photo, or would you like to wait for long later?
Can't we take it just after when we
Because we don't forget.
maybe I should give Kia Betswe a chance, and then after the closing we can take it. There's I'm going to put it on here. Yes.
Okay, good evening. Morning, living. I'm so happy. I'm just okay. So I prepared a speech this whole week that I'm going to say everything, but because of the excitement, I forgot it. So okay. Firstly, let me just express my sincere gratitude for the scholarship. I'm very happy. I can't believe this is happening. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that my family could come and support me. My grandmother, she the woman who raised us from ever since I can remember, from ever since I was born, actually, me and my sister. Of course, my uncle, my aunt, thank you so much for the support. Ramos, Thank you so much. Columba is like my second home now. SPP, I was actually part of the SPP. In grade 12, we would come here and have our classes, and it's good to be back here. And about myself. So I was raised in Bufula village in Tabanto. I was raised by my grandmother, as I have already said. Our mother passed away in 2006. I think I was 8, and then that was when I think that's when my life changed. As a young person, I feel like such things affect you. But then, hey, fine, I had all the support I could get from my grandmother, who always allowed me to do whatever is it that, everything that I feel like I have to do. For example, the Columba conferences, we had a lot of those. Columba conferences, she would always allow me to go. In schools, we'd have projects, we had to go all these different places. She'd always allow me to go there. She always had my back, she always supported me, and I'm just so happy that she's here today to see all of this happening. Mr. Hendrik, thank you. Last week he took me to buy a laptop and a printer and everything. And yes, I am now I'm a student at the University of the Free State. I am studying law, but you already know that. Yes, I promise. I promise to study. I promise to not disappoint you, to not disappoint anybody in here. I promise to work very hard, get the degree, because I still have a lot of giving back to the community to do. Again, yes, I'm going to be the next public protector. That's where I'm heading. That is where I'm heading. Where I am now. Oh, I'm the new ambassador of Columba Leadership in the province. I am also a member of the Nelson Mandela Tennis Movement. I'm the provincial secretary. So how Parliament works, every year in October we have, we go to a certain province, we discuss issues affecting the children in the country. We sit with ministers and all that. It's very beautiful, and I'm just so happy that I am able to represent other children in the province. And yeah, I feel like a lot of young ones, if I may put it that way, they're looking up to me. And yes, it is pressure. But at the same time, I feel like it's also a beautiful thing because as an individual, it makes you think of whatever is it that you want to do. How is it going to affect people around you? How, like the people who are looking up to you, like would you want them to do the same thing? And yes, oh my goodness, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say. All I can say is that thank you so very much. And yes. Thank you.
I know that you will make a difference. I just want to give some grandmotherly advice. No boyfriend. I think the family likes that. Thank you very much for being here. This was really a momentous occasion. This is our first, and I hope it's not Ida's last. It's a legacy, I think, that is going to change lives in a big way. I think you've chosen the right candidate because I can see her doing big things in her life. Congratulations again. Thank you to the family for coming, and we can have some tea and refreshments now. Thank you, Abby, as well.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all of you. I'm afraid I have to go to work, but I have to pay for the scholarship. Now, if someone would please give Kia Betsway a hug for me. I would like her grandmother to give her a hug and say it's from me and all best.
Will do. Thank you, Abby.
Bye.
Bye.